Hi, this is Michael Uslan. You're listening to Batman on Film.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
Plug you in, my tuning up frequency. Jett and the crew, they got the remedy. Discussing bats and all his legacy. Mike is silent. Welcome to the social hour. We're talking Gotham's flying power. Look in the field of protest, got the keys to the Batmobile. Lights go down the shuts about the storm. Jett's whistle sucking like a dog. We're battle ways apart. We're in deep, not sleep. Welcome to the social hour, exploring Gotham's darkest hours. Tune in, feel the charge. Jett's at the helm with going large.
Welcome to the Social Hour. The Social Hour, number 175. This is a Batman on Film podcast, batman-on-film.com. I am the founder of Batman on Film, Bill Ramey. Pete Verra is with me again today, senior BOF contributor. Let's ride, Pete.
How you doing?
Let's ride. Football's back. College football last weekend. NFL started last night. Everything's right in the universe.
Sure. Good for you.
Okay.
You know, I didn't even know who played last night. I just found out
It's the kickoff game. It was Kansas City and Baltimore. Kansas, the Super Bowl champion always plays that first kickoff game the Thursday before opening weekend. So,
okay. All right.
Controversial ending.
Oh, really? Already?
Yeah.
Bad refs, or people complain about refs already?
Well, the call was legit. Spoiler warning. Lamar Jackson threw a touchdown pass with time expiring that would have tied the game up, and they reviewed it, like they do, from the booth or whatever, and the dude was out of bounds by like a half an inch. I mean, just barely. Yeah.
Well, they
overturned
replay.
it. Yeah. So there you go.
Nobody in Baltimore wants replay today.
No, and then there's a game tonight from
There's a
Brazil.
game tonight?
Yeah, from Brazil. Eagles and the Packers.
Wow, that's as dumb as the Mets playing the Phillies in London. I'm so tired, me personally, whatever. But I'm tired of American sports playing in other countries and just costing their fans a game. Home game, chance to watch it, time difference. It's bad enough I got to deal with California and the West Coast and Seattle and all their bullshit. But Brazil and London, all this crap.
You pissed off every BOFer in the West Coast. Thank you.
What? Well, I'm really good at pissing people off. There you go.
I've made a living out of it for 26 years.
I've watched enough Yankees A's games that start at 10 p.m. on a Tuesday night to be pissed off. There's nothing worse than that 17-inning A's game when your team plays on the West Coast.
Hey, got to grow the game, man.
Yeah. How about they just try to entertain the people that are here instead of pay? It's just, I don't know. That's sports in general. I feel like there's not a lot of people right now who care about sports and stuff. And I don't know.
The Cowboys rarely go out of the country and play one of those international games because
you're lucky.
Mr. Jones.
I think if you do, you're never the home team. Yeah, you're never the home team. You'll be the road team.
Home game. Yeah. They're the road team. But if they did go as a road team at some point, I think I would consider going, whether if it was in London or Germany or whatever, because they do Germany games. I may think about doing it. Just
if they went to Mexico, you could at least drive. They play games in Mexico.
You know how big Texas is, man?
Yeah, that's fine. If I could drive to Texas, you could drive to Mexico.
They would play in Mexico City.
Yes. How far is that?
Probably, I might ask the Google machine.
I've thought about driving to DC and Baltimore. That's a couple hours away. I wonder how far. I'm wondering. And then Atlanta's I think it's 6 hours away from me. I thought maybe catch a drive a Braves game. Probably fly there.
Let's see.
Just curious. No. They do, yeah, because they play the Major League Baseball play a game in Mexico City every once in a while too. So
21
I don't know.
hours.
Oh wow, okay, so it is wild. All right. Well,
And
get
look,
the plane ticket.
I do not think driving through Mexico is a good idea for an American.
Well, there's a reason why I don't leave the great USA,
Okay.
US of A.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Big game tomorrow. My Texas Longhorns are playing the University of Lower, the Lowers.
Oh, it's a
Michigan
little different now.
Lowers.
You got a good shot at beating them because they won't be cheating. But
The Michigan
now that
Lowers.
Harbaugh's gone, so good luck with that.
Well, I mean, he set a precedent there, right?
If the precedent is to cheat to win, then yes.
Oh, okay.
That makes him no different than Urban Meyer, though, right?
You got this beef, and you're
I
an
got beef.
Alabama man.
Oh well, me and Willie, we like to stand tall.
Okay.
We're
All right.
look, we're still dealing with the loss of Nick Saban as head coach and as a person.
Yeah, Nick Saban.
Roll Tide.
Roll
Don't
Tide.
give a
Okay.
bitch about nothing but it.
You don't know what we're doing. Just get on the Google machine and Google up Uncle Willie and Alabama Crimson Tide football.
I think it's like
And
Willie Tide or something like that.
Yeah. All right. All right. I know you're not going to watch, or I bet you didn't watch. There's a new Penguin teaser dropped yesterday.
I heard about it. Didn't watch it. People were excited.
I mean, look, they're not giving anything away. So
yeah,
it was about a minute.
I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go. I don't need anything. I'm ready to go. I'd rather have it all be a surprise than ruin it. Ruin any of it, to be honest. I just kind of want to sit there and the first episode I'll probably have to watch maybe twice, just because I'll probably just to soak it all in. The first time it probably won't be. I'll be a little overwhelmed with
there's
Oswald and everything.
Is there an Alamo Draft House near you? Where's the closest one? Brooklyn?
Yeah,
one in Jersey?
I have no idea. No, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
There's a lot near Haas actually. There's like two of them by him.
I think they're screening it on the 12th next week. The first episode of the Penguin at Alamo Draft House. I think they all sold out.
Well, hot ticket.
So let's see. And there was a poster for the new poster they put on, Matt Reeves dropped it, Max dropped it, HBO dropped it, Warner Brothers dropped it. I guess the new thing, there's a storm coming. There's a storm coming in Gotham. It's going to be a new.
I feel like we've heard that before.
New Kingpin. New Kingpin's coming.
Let's bring it. I'm excited. I want to see. I want to see what's in store for us. I'm tired of talking about it at this point. To be honest with you, even just being happy about it, I'm tired of talking about it. I want to see this thing.
Did I tell you I got hold of one of those popcorn bucket bat signals? Did we talk about that last time?
No, yeah. you made the trek. Did you go see a movie? Or you just went to buy popcorn?
No. BOF Chapman Undergraph. Shout out to Chapman. He lives over here near me, and he went to see the Batman.
That's
when
great.
it screened. What was it? A week and a half ago or whatever.
Yeah,
and
I believe so.
I was going to go. I even had tickets. Something came up and I couldn't make it. And he picked me up one. And look, I'll show it to you real quick.
I know Lauer's a big fan of his. He loves his popcorn bucket. He was raving about it the other day, and he posted pictures in the group. How do you feel about it? You happy with it?
Yeah, it's cool. I know you can't see if you're listening, but yeah,
it looks good.
I mean, it's bigger in my head.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to finally take a Batman out of a box and put him next to it? This way it looks good.
Look, and here's the light.
Yeah.
I mean, it even flashes on the wall. Yeah, it's cool.
You got a Batman ready for him? You got a specific Batman you got to put next to him?
I don't have one that would be in proportion to that, I don't think. But I don't know, whatever. I'll find one. Now you got me. Now they got me looking around. All right.
I just want you to take one of them things out of the box. Let it breathe.
I have some out of the box. I'll put a Funko Pop by it. How about that? That counts. I
mean, I guess you're worried about proportions 20 seconds ago.
Okay.
You're worried about scale.
Funko Pop. I'll put a Funko Pop Batman by it. So thanks for Chapman. I met up with him on Monday over here. in Prosper, Texas, about halfway between us, and had a couple beers and talked some Batman and gave him my bat signal. Bat
There you
signal
go.
popcorn. It's cool. All right. What else is going on? Oh, Joe, so yesterday you called me, you said did you see any of these Joker reactions? And I said, I have not seen any of the Joker 2 reactions. So have you seen them?
I saw. I
right?
don't. Yeah, I saw a couple. Quick
So
headlines.
I'm just from what
I
I
don't want to try to
gather.
get swayed either way, but it
Yeah.
seems to be really kind of down the middle. Like some people like this is boring and the same thing as last time and hasn't changed at all. And then some people are like, it's fantastic, it's amazing. So it seems pretty split. I'm interested to see the movie myself. So I was just curious what you heard from anybody or whatever. Now that the movie's been seen a few times and people are seeing it, like so I'm just I was just curious. I was like, wow, okay.
I've talked to a couple people who've seen it and they
Mhm.
raved about it, and I haven't seen it. I know I'm excited for it. I like the whole premise. I think it's cool, different. It's not the same old cookie cutter, stereotypical
That's where I
comic
am
book
with it, to be honest with
superhero
you.
movie. I think
I
I've
call it
said
the
many
change of
times.
pace, right?
I think we need more. This is what the genre needs, stuff like this. Not what we've got for the last 15, 20 years. I think Matt Reeves' part is doing that. The Batman was different than Batman films we'd gotten. He's doing a whole universe with one character. So, yeah, give me, I would even throw in, like the first Deadpool was kind of out of the box thinking different. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, added a little bit of life to the genre.
yeah, and I haven't seen Deadpool 3 or whatever, Wolverine, Deadpool, Wolverine. You saw it, but it just seems like it made a shitload of money, but it's become, fan service, what we expect. Nothing
Yeah.
daring anymore. You know what I mean?
I would say, just in reference to that, it is the third Deadpool movie, so you know what you're going to get. You know what you're going to get when you involve the MCU, and then you put them together, and that's exactly what Deadpool 3 is. Which like you said, it's a good movie, entertaining movie, making a ton of money. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just kind of was like, all right, the Wolverine stuff I
You
didn't kind of agree with, but I think it was good.
you seen Joker opening night? Joker 2? Folia do?
Probably the
Ado?
Saturday. The Saturday. That's Saturday.
Okay. All right. Okay. How about Penguin? You watching it on the 19th, that Thursday?
Yes. Yeah, I will. I'll probably end up watching it on HBO Max at some point because everything gets put on HBO Max, I think, like the next day. So probably because I work nights, so I'll probably end up watching it like Friday morning.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Do you think the Batman fans who named a son Keaton wish they had named him Douglas instead?
I don't know. I mean, I've been trolling Wado a lot lately because it's Viking season. The conspiracy theories are going to pop up. But I thought about that because I believe he named one of his kids after Keaton, but he named him Michael.
Yeah.
Which I guess he did the right thing. So I actually I've been thinking a lot about Wado today, and that popped in my head. I'm sure there's a bunch of fanboys who are pissed off about something today, though.
Yeah. Michael Keaton wants to use his real name from now on. He wants to go as Michael Keaton Douglas professionally.
I mean, I'm sure. Here's the thing. Whether you're Prince, your Puff Daddy, or Michael Keaton, I'm gonna end up calling you what your name is when I remember you, right? Like every once in a while, I'll slip up. I'll call Giancarlo Stanton Mike. It just happens.
His mama named him Michael Douglas. I'm gonna call him Michael Douglas. If he wants to go by Michael Douglas, I'll call him Michael Douglas. But he's still Michael Keaton.
I mean, it's no one if you're out in public and you go talk about Michael Douglas, there's only one person they're going to think of. You're going to have to end up calling him. At some point, like, well, Keaton, it's Keaton's old name. Now his new name is Michael. Like, you have to explain to him the whole thing about stage. Like, I guarantee you, some normal
Michael
person,
Keaton Douglas is what he says. Yeah. He's going to go by professionally. Okay,
sure, all right, whatever.
I know there's some Keatons out there. I wonder, did you think I named him Keaton. Well, you could name her Keaton. Could be a girl. Keaton could be a girl's name.
Sure.
And after Michael Keaton, because I love Batman '89, and that son of a bitch wants to go back to his real name. Does it kind of take away the luster of naming your kid Keaton?
Like,
I don't think so.
I don't know what I'd rather. Can we talk about Robin? Where are you go? Who cares about that?
This kind of these kind of things. These kind of things just fascinate me in a way. You know,
did somebody say something stupid on the internet and you're just I
just wondered.
Is this going to go on like Stretch Guys for a little bit?
Well, we can talk some Stretch Guys.
I'd rather talk Stretch Guys.
I got pieces of a Stretch Guy in some of these McFarlane boxes. Came with build a plastic man, and I got like a couple of pieces of the plastic man. So
you got some Stretch Guy in your collection.
I got a Stretch Guy.
What other figures do you? I'd rather talk about this. What other figures do you need to complete the Stretch Guy? Can we start I have no Make-A-Wish Foundation for Bill and just get him and buy him a Stretch Guy?
I have no idea. I had a Stretch Armstrong when I was a kid.
If every BOFer sends Bill a nickel, we all can get him a Stretch Guy. We can complete the Stretch Guy.
How many kids back in the day cut Stretch Armstrong open to see what was inside?
I never wanted to do that because I was like, why would I break my own toy?
Yeah,
I never wanted to do that. I was so against it. But apparently, like the Band-Aid worked. Like I never tried it myself because I was like, that was dumb. Why would I do that? But the Band-Aid apparently it worked.
I did not do that. But I know that it was done. Because I was not like Sid from Toy Story who wanted to torture my toys or
it's funny. I recently watched a video on YouTube. A guy had like it's not like a stretcher. It was like a Star Wars version of that, but it was Chewbacca, and he like cut the hand off and then he attached it to the hose to see how big it would get. And those things stretched out like it was huge. It was like bigger than a beach ball.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, wow, that thing's pretty tough. Like if you really wanted to break it, you'd have to try. I was kind of impressed.
I like who came up with that idea. We're going to make a Stretch Guy for kids. I mean, and people bought the hell out of them back in the day.
Yeah.
You just stretch them. And I mean, there wasn't a lot you could do with it, but just pull on it. I guess you can use like an exercise band.
It's good for your
traps. It's like an exercise band.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's what it is.
Wasn't it like JFK's whole like fitness agenda? We'll trick them into working out, by giving them toys and stuff.
Maybe.
Right? Yeah, I think so.
That's what it was. It's like an exercise band.
That's it.
Okay. All right.
How many people turned off because they fast forward because of this ridiculous conversation?
Well, I know somebody is not ridiculous like me, and that would be Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is not ridiculous.
No. He's probably the only person I trust right now.
He talked a little bit. Well, SFX did an interview with the Penguin. I'm assuming it was like kind of like a set visit type thing, it's probably done a while back. And they talked to Matt Reeves and Lauren LaFranc, who's the showrunner. And then there were some questions asked, and of course about the Penguin and the Batman. And of course, he says the plan is to shoot next year. They're finishing up the script. He confirmed Colin will be part of the movie, Colin Farrell. And they're super excited. So, yeah, okay. He says, the Penguin is the entry point. There are details that actually connect right into the way the next movie begins and the way that Oz enters that world as we hand the baton back to Batman. And Batman is on another case. Pete, he's on another case, The Dark Knight.
Sounds like he's doing some detective work.
He is, when he got on that motorcycle and Selena went to Bloodhaven and he took off for Gotham.
I love that ending.
He went, the bat signal was shining. Wasn't the bat signal I got. It wasn't the popcorn bucket bat signal. It was that, that cool bat signal that we saw in the Batman.
I bet you there'll be another popcorn bucket coming though.
And God, I love a bat one like the Batman with the Batman logo in there. But anyway, so yeah, he's heading. That's what he went. He met Gordon, and there's a new case. And that's the case that he's going to find. We're going to find him investigating in the
That would be
Batman
interesting.
Part
If,
Two. I mean,
if Batman
I'm
Part 2 just
spitballing
picks right
here.
up, right? That'd be cool. I'd
I
be down
think
for that.
I misspoke last time. I mean, we were talking about what was the difference in or I was talking to somebody about the gap in time, and I think the Batman 2 picks up right after the
Yeah,
Penguin.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
down for that.
there's
If
no
that's
two
what they want to
years
do,
or anything. There's like it picks right on up.
right?
So
It's just 20 minutes after, right?
well, I mean, what
I'm down for it, man.
the Penguin is a week later, or just a few days later. Gotham's still flooded. They haven't got that fixed yet. So dealing with all that. So it'll be interesting. I just want to see, how it
Makes me
all
want to just read
connects.
some
Yeah.
No Man's Land, buddy.
Yeah. He
You know?
talks more about the Batman Part 2. Part 2 is going to dig into the epic story about deeper corruption and goes into places that he couldn't anticipate in the first one, he being the Batman. The seeds of where this goes are all in the first movie. And it expands in a way that will show you aspects of the character you never got to see. Batman is constantly battling these forces, but those forces can't be entirely exercised. So the next movie delves deeper into that. So the threads, the little seeds of whatever is going to be in Part 2, we saw in the Batman Part 1, which is the way it should be. This is like, it's not one of these. This drives me nuts. And no offense to anybody, because I know people like to talk about it. And it's like, who do you want to be the villains? I want, so and so and such and such. That's the backwards way to. That's the 90s Returns Forever, Batman and Robin way of doing it. Where okay, well, we want Catwoman and the Penguin. So let's create a story around that instead of, we did this in this movie. We're going to go here. This happened in the first movie. Which characters fit where this should naturally progress? Hey, y'all, it's Bill Ramey, founder of Batman on Film. Let's take a quick pause in this podcast for these words from our sponsor.
Here's the thing for me. I like what he says. I think it's all great to hear that. But I also it's kind of what I was expecting. Picking up where the Batman left off. I think everything was set really up perfectly. And the Batman, I know what to kind of expect from the character in this upcoming movie. But it's hard for me to kind of gauge it without knowing who the villain is, because I'm like, well, what kind of threat is Batman up against? If it's Joker, it's one way, like if it's Mad Hatter, just throwing villains out there, he attacks that character, that villain, a different way. That's a different type of story. So that's kind of what I went. The release of the villain for me is what kind of really sets the tone of the movie and kind of where it goes. But like, I'm not like projecting like, oh, I need this. I'm not someone's like, you know what, Mr. Freeze. I need a new Mr. Freeze movie. And I want it because that seems to be the popular choice. If that's what we get, that's great. But if Matt Reeves if he pulls like if this movie's about Killer Croc and like whatever, like okay, let's see what it is. I don't know who it could be. What if it's ventriloquist, right? Like and Scarface, whoever he picks, but I feel like that kind of dictates where the movie kind of goes. But he says corruption a lot. We know the police force is still corrupt. Gordon's making his way through there. And I think that we'll see a little bit more of the legal system, and maybe that leads us, towards Harvey Dent.
There's like a lot of people are like, I want to see Mr. Freeze and the Batman.
Freeze is the popular choice right now.
How does Mr. Freeze fit in an epic crime saga?
Because he's got to steal the diamonds to cool his suit.
Oh, I'm gonna steal diamonds, Mr. Freeze. Give me those
I don't
diamonds.
know. But that's what I'm trying to think like what kind of characters
what I'm saying.
would fit within that.
That's that bass backwards thinking of like, we'll pick the villain and then we'll write the story. No, that's not how it should work.
And but I'm curious who the villain is outside of Ozzy. We know Ozzy's going to be there.
Speaking of fantastical, I just want to know. Not just villain, but what other characters are we going to see? In the Batman world, do we see Leslie Tompkins? Is there any of the imposter in it from
Yeah,
Matts and
that'd be
Tomlin.
great.
You know, what if Bruce is seeing Leslie Tompkins because he had these epiphanies. He's trying to be more than vengeance, and Bruce Wayne has to do more, and Batman's got to do more. You know,
I'm a little well now that we do side characters, and I know that Lucius just in general because I'm curious as to the state of Wayne Enterprises. Alfred seemed to be really concerned with it in the movie. It's not talked about much. It has to really kind of be brought to Bruce. Bruce won't really go to Wayne Enterprises for whatever reason, but it
Yeah.
was vaguely touched on. Maybe
Yeah.
that's something that they were kind of like, we'll see
I
where
would-
it goes with that.
I
I'm
think
very curious.
I
know.
think you have an opening. You know, Bruce is going to get more involved with Wayne Enterprises. He needs someone to run it. Maybe he hires Lucius Fox. I'm not, and I do not think he'll be Batman's Q like he was in the Dark Knight trilogy.
No, I don't think
You
so.
certainly could use, like in the K Crusader, he's Batman's lawyer, Bruce Wayne's lawyer, but he's still Lucius Fox. This case, he doesn't have to be making gadgets and all. He could just be, he's hired to head up Wayne Enterprises, which would be perfectly fine.
And just police aspect, like always Bullock, Montoya, even a new Foley, like the guys like those characters I enjoy just from print and animated series and such and such.
Well,
so.
we got Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez kind of fits that bill, which I, as much as I love the character of Martinez, it's kind of like, man, like, why can't I get like one of the classic guys in there? Just a little as a fanboy nitpick, it's kind of like, it's like when you heard about Wirtz and you're like, man, why couldn't Wirtz be Bullock? And then like, you're like, oh, well, Wirtz is corrupt. And you're like, well, thank God Wirtz isn't Bullock. So.
Well, Mr. Freeze would be fantastical, wouldn't you say? If he was frozen block of ice shooting an ice gun, right?
I'm going to go more sci-fi, but yeah.
Well, whatever.
I'll lean that way,
Come on. He's frozen. He shoots an ice gun. Yeah, he's sci-fi.
Yeah,
That is
fantastic. It's fantastical. It's
fantastical.
Fantasy, sure.
Okay. So here's what Matt Reeves says about the fantastical parts of the Batman mythos. What was important to me was to find a way to take these pop icons, these mythical characters that everyone knows, and translate it to that Gotham feels like a place in our world. We might push the edge of the fantastical, but we would never go full into the fantastical. It's meant to feel quite grounded. This is me fist pumping. You see that, Pete?
You're really excited. I mean, I think
Yes.
this clarifies to everyone that we're not going to see the Ron Perlman Mud Monster Clayface.
Yes.
If that character
What?
is he voiced the character. Ron Perlman.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
like, yeah.
I thought there was like scuttlebutt.
No. I'm just like when I think of
Clayface.
I know people. I know people always bring a Basil about. When I think of Clayface, I'm always a Matt Hagen guy. So and specifically that's more kind of sci-fi fantastical than most of the other Batman villains. But yeah, like which again, like I don't know, like I saw the Batman, so I kind of know what to expect from this movie, But then like
sure,
Reeves can make the
yeah.
fantastical amazing. Like he did direct 2 movies about talking monkeys.
Yes.
So
But here he is, but he's saying here.
But he's saying it. He's saying he's not going to do it.
We're going to stay grounded. We may push the boundaries a little, a little bit. I mean, look.
Which is why I think of like things like ventriloquist, because like, is that really so far out there in this world? A guy who's crazy enough to have a split personality, and
I can
it's
tell you
kind of
this.
mafioso, crime boss oriented. It's not really that crazy.
There are several. There's like almost every damn Batman character villain can be adapted without too much contortion to be relatively grounded. Mr. Freeze doesn't have to be literally a frozen human being shooting an ice gun.
Yeah, but then like I don't know. Like, I remember what Gotham did, and I was like, oh god.
Well, I have no idea because I didn't watch it.
Oh,
Poison Ivy doesn't have. Does she actually have to be literally she's poisonous herself? I mean, there's a lot of things.
No, you could do. I think you could do a Poison Ivy probably. I mean, it's tough now because I'm so used to the whole. Eco-terrorist. You could do that. She could kind of be a similar to a Catwoman in a way. I'm just thinking. I'm trying to think of other characters. Thorn. I'd like to see Thorn in live action because then it's more. That's another. That's a crime boss we haven't seen. You know, we've seen Falcone, we've seen
Yeah.
Maroni, we've seen various versions. Rupert Thorne. We've even seen a Daggett. So, things like that. I just again like, and he stresses crime. He always mentions crime saga. So I imagine this
We'll
is
see
more of a detective noir, like like Chinatown type deal. Like that's what
if
it
we.
seems to me. And the first one was like that. There's a lot of detective work.
Yeah, yeah. Well, another one will not see the Gentleman Ghost in the Batman Part 2.
I'm totally fine with that. I don't mind that. I don't know if I ever need to see the Gentleman Ghost in a Batman movie, to be brutally honest. I know he was just in the Cape Crusader, but I don't think I ever need to see Gentleman Ghost in a Batman film.
Matt Reeves, I bring up Gentleman Ghost because Matt Reeves says it doesn't, when he says about the fantastical being grounded, it doesn't mean that you won't see characters that people love. That's exactly what we want to do. Gentleman Ghost and Batman Cape Crusader is probably just pushed a bit too far for us to find a way to do it. But there's a fun way to think about how we would take characters that might push over into a bit of the fantastical and find a way to make sense of them. So that's kind of what I'm saying here. You take Poison Ivy, who's literally poisonous, you kiss her and whatever, and you could die, and she controls plants, all that nonsense. And you could do Poison Ivy without her having control of vegetables and flowers and be poisonous. That's just an example.
As a fan, that's just weird because I just read the Gotham City Sirens book and Ivy was controlling plants and all that jazz and I loved it. But no, I get you. It all depends on what he wants to do, though. He's the writer. Is this story like this is his? I'm not gonna tell any particular writer how to do it. I mean, I can review it and discuss things I don't like about it. If you want me, like I do every month for Detective Comics. So. Whatever. I'm excited for a new Batman movie. I'm just, whoever the villain is, I'll be there as long as I enjoyed it and it doesn't suck, I'll be really happy. But I'm not trying to write this in my head, whatever. I know what it is. It's going to be very detective driven. It's going to be very noir. It'll be, all those things we knew about the first movie. So
I think it's going to be very, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Batman. That's it. It's going to be very Batman, just like the first one was very Batman. Yeah. Probably the most Batman movie of all Batman movies. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would say so because to be brutally honest, like there's a lot of Bruce Wayne in all these movies, especially the trilogy. Trilogy leans heavily on Bruce Wayne, and the Batman was a nice change of pace because every comic book I read, Bruce Wayne's in it for maybe like a page and a half, and then it's all Batman, and Bruce Wayne's in the movie for an hour, if that. Not even
in the Batman.
How long is Bruce Wayne in the movie?
You know what I need to do?
15, 20 minutes?
I have a reason to watch it. I'll get a timer out and watch the Batman and time Bruce Wayne.
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes of Batman.
Can we count it? Because he's kind of like Batman even when he's Bruce Wayne. He's just not in the suit.
I think I would qualify Bruce Wayne as Bruce Wayne without any eye makeup.
Okay.
That's if he's even the Drifter, he's probably Batman.
The Drifter doesn't count. The Drifter's Batman.
The Drifter's Batman without the cowl, in my opinion. Right?
Yeah.
That's how I interpret the Drifter. I think he's got the suit on underneath that outfit. All you gotta do is put that cowl on and get ready to go.
I like the Drifter quite a bit.
I got no problem with the Drifter. I like the Drifter. I like Batman being out in public.
How about a Max series, HBO series, The Drifter? And it's just Pattinson as a drifter on the streets of Gotham doing.
Maybe if they did like
stuff.
A special, like a one shot, I'd be down for. I don't know how you do a whole series about him just walking around spying on people. But
I'm kidding. I mean,
I'm down for one.
Yeah, come on.
Here's the
whole thing.
I'm also just trying to water the
whole
stuff
thing
down.
is him. Is just him walking in the crowd as the drifter. That's all. That's it with a backpack.
I don't want to get this watered down though either. Like I feel like. CBMs in general are kind of watered down. I think Deadpool Wolverine was a bit of adrenaline to the genre. A series? But I think I'm just saying, man. Like, I don't need them to do all this stuff because I want it to feel special and I want it to feel good. And again, don't water this down because the genre's been watered down for the last 5 years, and we've kind of seen the effects of it up until Deadpool.
What about a series based on the twins? And they just answer the door at the Iceberg Lounge, and then it's kind of like when like in the '60s series when Batman and Robin would climb up the wall and they would have a guest celebrity open the window and Batman would talk to them.
Did you go to like a DC Universe like board meeting recently?
No. So what if you do you hear on that door, that super secret entrance door, and the twins open it up, and there's whatever celebrity you want to
why don't they do like kind of like a family sitcom about the Gordons when Jim comes home from work, so we could see his home.
Well, there's another one. Yeah,
could do that.
How about that? Yeah,
we could do that, or they could do a drama.
Yeah, completely different. Make it
they could call it Gordon Behind the Badge.
A sitcom, kind of like in Brave and the Bold, the animated series. Aquaman had that TV series,
I think it should be more like
do it just like that.
When he goes to work, he's really serious, but when he comes home, it's ridiculous and funny.
It's like that's
do
the
that.
ticket.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's it.
I got all kinds of ideas. You're giving all these ideas to Matt Reeves, and
this is that's what Matt Reeves wants to do, a sitcom on the Gordons. That's it. The fans deserve this.
Absolutely. Hell yeah, they deserve it. All right. I think that's going to do it. I'm
glad you're going to end it there.
Well, I mean, I can come up with some more ideas.
I don't want to hear it. These are Kowalski level ideas right now. That's it. Twitter's right. Bill's lost it.
I come up with some more ideas. I'm trying to think of just give me a Martinez series, just a cop series, a beat cop, kind of like, maybe he gets promoted to detective, and then you do like he's a detective series with Martinez. Just call it Martinez.
You know what? Can we do?
It'd be like Verra.
This is it.
Like back. Did you ever watch?
I want
Verra?
the Martian Manhunter to come down to Earth, join the Gotham Police Force as John Jones, and that's how we'll start the DC universe and the Reeves. Like,
how many people would love that?
I mean, I would love. That's why I thought of it. But yeah,
If I think that's Now I'm going to ask you this. Let's just say they had a detective named John Jones, and that was
oh my god, I would love to drive people crazy with that.
And that was it. It was just he wasn't Martian Manhunter. He was just it's kind of like Corrigan in Batman Cape Crusader.
It's just a nod, right?
He's just a nod,
and he just happens to eat Oreos.
Okay? Would that be okay?
I'm fine with that. I'm sure somebody would.
Now, let's say this. He really was the Martian Manhunter, John Jones.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
In that, you would be okay with the Martian Manhunter being in the Batman universe, as it is established.
I'd have to be okay with it because that's what Matt Reeves do. If that's what he does, then I have to be okay with it. Now,
this is something
that's what he chose to do. So yeah. Well, if that's what he does,
we'll totally probably see this in the Brave and the Bold movie if it ever gets made. But yeah, I could see, and I hope everybody understands that my tongue has been firmly in my cheek here for the last several minutes. But
I'm sure this is going to get destroyed.
I would not have a problem if they did that kind of, homage to the character. Just there was a detective in the Gotham Police Force named John Jones, and that was it. He's not Martian Manhunter.
They did that in a Justice League. What's his name was the Spectre. Well, they had the name of the host of the Spectre. Yeah, like the guy that talks to Gordon in the police station. He was, I believe he was a nod to the Spectre.
In the Justice League.
Yeah, in the
Spectre is Corrigan.
Yeah. Okay. So I think Corrigan was in Justice League. He was like that. I believe that actor was credited as Corrigan. So
okay. Yeah. Well, he's in. Speaking of, we already did that. Okay. Speaking of the Gentleman Ghost, you're talking about that episode today with Lauer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be weird. I'm just I'm setting up here. I'm teeing it up for you to kind of tease. You're going to be on the next.
I'm not going to give anything away.
What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on here?
What the hell's going on over here? Yeah, I'm gonna discuss that with Brian Lauer on. We're gonna do a Batman animation, and it'll be fun, because it seems to be the one episode that everyone brings up when they say it. It doesn't fit in with the rest. So it'll be interesting to talk about.
That one and the one with what's her name? The life sucker.
That's with all the Robins. Yeah, that was a little weird. I actually like that one a little.
What's that character's name? Natalia Knight.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it. Natalia Knight. Nocturna. The episode you're doing today with the Gentleman Ghost is called Ali, what is it called?
I don't know, but there's a lot of good Harvey Dent stuff in there, so I'm excited.
Something Night Ride. Let's ride. It's all connected. Let's ride. Night Ride. That's all connected. There you go. Night Ride is the episode you're doing, and then Let's Ride is saying here on Batman on Film. Okay, just
don't get bit by number. Let's ride.
That's right. So when you talk to Lauer today on the show, are you going to? You could go in there and say, "All right," instead of "Let's ride," you could go, hook 'em horns, Lauer."
I might. Okay, that's good. It's still baseball season, so I haven't paid much attention to this other stuff. But yeah, thanks for the tip. Thanks for the tip, Dwayne.
All right, Pete. I think I'm out of nonsense for the day.
You were full of it today.
It's a good mood.
You're in rare form. You're very happy.
Football back.
Yeah, football's back. You're gonna have some Chicago ribs and enjoy the games this weekend.
And now, baseball. Let me say this about it: the damn Rangers now have gone on a little run, and they're only 7.5 games back. Okay, you're the baseball
of what?
You're professional baseball.
The wild card of the division.
Yeah. Do I get sucked in at 7.5 games to go and think they could pull something off, or do I just say, "Hey, I'm not falling for this. This season is just one of those seasons"?
I think you get sucked in and have yourself a little playoff run and enjoy it. This is essentially your playoffs start a month early. It's the beginning of September, and if you win out, you got a good shot of getting in. Houston's tough, but
they beat
you're our defending champion.
I mean, they played the Yankees here. They won 2 out of 3. I couldn't believe it. Huh?
I couldn't either.
Sorry. Well, you were playing the world champions, man. Come on. What'd you expect? All right.
Different squad. But I think look, 7 games is quite the hill to climb, but it's not undoable.
How many games are left? What we got? Just September this month?
Probably got 20-some games left.
Yeah. People are going to love this podcast, this episode with all the witty banter and nonsense.
I got no problem with it. I'll talk baseball all day.
Well, let's go. All right.
If I can get you to talk some Stars hockey this coming season, I'll consider that a victory.
I have no clue.
Everyone's dying to hear about Texas hockey.
I mean, they're big. They have a huge following.
And they're pretty good. Dallas, they've had a good couple of years. So I know Steve Helm's excited.
He's a big Stars guy.
He's a big Dallas guy, except for football. He likes the Raiders for some reason.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on here?
I have no idea. You need to talk to him.
Okay. All right. You can plug anything if you want to.
Okay. So personally, at Pete Illustrated, if you like news, straight out of Gotham, at straight_O_G on Twitter. I have a Spider-Man show at Spidey Coalition, Titan Spider-Man Coalition. Once a month, I'm on Brian Lauer's The Batman Book Club. I'll be on Brian Lauer's Batman Animation right after this. And I think that's about it. BatmanOnFilm.com. That's it. There you go. That's what it's all about.
So to find out whether you liked Gentleman Ghost, you'll have to listen to the next episode of Batman Animation.
If they made it through this episode and they hear this part, yeah. If they didn't check out.
They didn't check out. No one checks out. No one checks out.
No, because they have to listen, because if they don't listen, then they got nothing to rip you on Twitter for.
No, they love it. Rip me things I don't ever read or I'm oblivious to. So keep on. Let's ride. Keep on.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, bless your heart. All right, here we go. All I got is batman-on-film.com. Might have heard of that. Announcer Rachel will finish up here. Looks like Pete's going to go play catch, and we'll catch you next time.
You have been listening to the BOF Social Hour, Jett's official podcast on Batman on Film. Follow BOF on Threads at The Batman on Film. Follow BOF on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Batman on Film. To help keep BOF up and running, go to patreon.com/BatmanOnFilm, or you can buy BOF a beer at buymeacoffee.com/TheRealBatmanOnFilm. For Jett and everyone at BOF, I'm announcer Rachel. Authoritative, definitive, the original, Batman on Film, founded in 1998.